Hello, hello. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Donna.
We're here sharing what we've learned as women, entrepreneurs, and moms.
All while rocking our curves with confidence.
It's a behind-the-scenes look at our lives and businesses.
And a chance to tell our younger selves, go do the things that scare you. Some strategies of silencing self-doubt and responding to self-doubt.
Oh.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah. How do you deal with it?
Okay, like even going into this podcast,
Oh, I know. You said it to me.
there are so many moments of self-doubt. Like, why am I doing this? What do I think? Blah, 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 blah. You know, you sit there, you go in and out of it, in and out of it. And again, do the things that scare you.
Yeah.
Do the things that scare you. So years ago, when we were doing a renovation, my girlfriend said to me, "Hey, you should do a TV show.
Yeah.
You be so funny on a TV show." And my response was, "Chubby girls don't do TV."
That's a crazy thought to think.
That was where I was. And then I had this thought. I can remember it. We were at the Shenstone Motel. We were in just outside Wyerton for the Wyerton Willie Fest. I was
Awesome.
there
I
with
love
3
that show.
girlfriends. And I woke up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, wide awake, thinking of a TV show called Road Trip Renos, where you go from one
that's
motel
cool.
to
Yeah.
another motel to another motel, and you renovate them,
Yeah.
and it becomes a road trip. And I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
a great idea.
I know. I loved the idea.
It's your idea. If anyone's listening, it's
But
Donna's
then
idea.
my girlfriend said, "Oh, did you hear about the June Motel?" I think it was the June was
Yeah.
their first one. And I was like, "No, tell me about it."
that's cool.
And so they were on HGTV. I was like, "Well, okay, that's kind of the same idea." And, you know,
So,
and then, you know, I went back to that self-doubt. I think it would, you know, be great. And all those little motels that have, and they've done a great job.
so many.
They've got 3 properties now that they've renovated.
They do.
Right? Like,
I haven't
what a
been to
journey
one.
that would be, just going, you know, one to the other. But, you know, as much as you do and as much as you're out there, like my face all over social media with She's Got Legs
I know.
and you know, but you always have self-doubt.
You do.
Especially when you get like a negative comment, right? And
Yeah.
as much as you try to put on that armor, there's always things that,
Even creating a post for social media.
yeah.
It's like, do you post it? Do you not post it? Do you like, why wouldn't you post it? Like, what is stopping you from posting it? And that's what I said before. For me, it's like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm just going to post the things that make me feel good, that represent who I am, that share with the world who I am. And if you like that, then you're my people. And if you don't like that,
Piss
unfollow, move along.
Yeah.
Because I just don't have
Yeah.
time for that.
Exactly.
I do not have time for it. And I do not want to make time for it
No.
anymore. I don't want
Don't
that in
let
my
it
life.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence.
Yeah. See you later, my friend. Skip along, whatever it is. And I think that's like, it's hard with social media. I think
It is,
social
yeah.
media has made it harder. And before, like, okay, we're probably from the Facebook generation, so a little bit older than some people, but Facebook was a big thing. And I remember even just posting pictures of me and my kids on there. Like, I can tell you, I probably don't have more than 100 photos from the time my kids were born, maybe the day they were born because it was a once in a lifetime thing, up until maybe about 6-7 years ago. I don't have any photos with me in them. And then I'm like, why? Like, now I'm like, why? Now I make an effort to take the photos. Now I make an effort to do the things, because you know what? I want those photos, because one day they're going to be doing their own thing and it's going to be like, do you remember that? Yeah. And I was available for that moment. So someone doesn't like it, see you later. But
Yep.
doubt does crawl into my head a lot.
It does.
Every time I go to post, I'm like, do I
And
do
you
it?
show up and you do it anyways.
You do. It's like filming. Like
Yeah.
today was sitting outside here and I was like filming a little video about like coming in here for number 2. And then I'm like, do I do it?
Which
I'm like,
does not
yeah.
mean a poo.
No. Podcast
Episode.
recording too. But I'm like, yeah, do I do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Why? Because the people that really like the people that get us will get it and will appreciate it and will like it and will be like, share it and like it and support us and encourage us. So those are the people that I want in my life. And I think those are the people that are important. Goes back to friendships. When we talked about friendships, I think that's the same thing, right? People that really support you, you.
It trigger because we do a couple of things. We do when She's Got Legs, we do a boot camp in January, And one of our weekly challenges for them to go live. It's the one they all
hard,
struggle
man.
with because of self-doubt.
Yeah.
But with that, one of my most heart-filling stories is we did this road trip called Dessert with Donna. And so we went to
I'm down.
PEI, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland in a week. We did the 4 provinces in a week. Sean had a work thing that him out there. So I tagged along. I said, this is what we're doing. He goes, there's no way we can do all that. I said, watch me. And we did.
Watch me work.
And so it was like, okay, book dessert with me. I'm buying ice cream. I've never eaten so much ice cream in one week. It was glorious. But so the last one was Newfoundland. And so we got to Nova Scotia and I was tired. I was like, okay, like, do I want to go one more? Yes, I want to go one more. So we went, had a good sleep, met with them, and the one girl was terrified to go live. So I said, let's go live right now. Let's do it. Yeah. And so we did. We were sitting on a park bench outside the ice cream store, and we went live. And she sent me a note after, and it just filled my heart
It's
so
scary,
much.
right?
And of that whole trip, like, you know, if I hadn't done that last stop,
Yeah,
I hadn't, right? Like, you know, you gotta.
That's the support we talk about, having someone in your corner.
And it's just like, she filled me up so much.
That's so nice of you. It's scary. It's scary to go live. I remember having to go live my first time. It's like why I don't go live in my real estate. Because I'm like, really? Like, who's going to watch me? And do I really want to talk about that? And what do I look like? And do I look like everyone else that goes live? And I'm like, ugh. But it's just so crazy that you should just do it. Like, do the things that scare you.
Yeah.
And when you do the things that scare you, there's this little thing inside of you that goes,
I did it.
yeah, and you feel it, like it tingles inside. And you're like, fuck, I did it. It's amazing. I'm going to do it again. And it just keeps building on that. So, yeah, good for
And that,
you.
you know, building that, giving tools or support or encouragement to help others feel better about themselves. Like, there's nothing ever wrong.
Oh, I think that's also why we do this. Why we're doing this.
Yeah, it is.
Is
right?
to show people that you can be us. You can look, not be us, but look like us and do the things and not be scared and be scared. Because we were scared to do this, man. Like last week we were like, do we just read this or what do we do? Like, can you get out of the room and like, can we just do our thing? And it's just, you go with it, right? Yeah. It's important to go with it.
You don't have to have all the answers.
No, and you shouldn't. I think if you have all the answers, that's actually more scary. Right? Like if you have the plan, it's like, yes, I read over what we wanted to talk about today. And I'm like, I'm just going to talk from the heart, because when I talk from the heart, I feel it's better. If I have a plan, I'm like, okay, well, it's got to talk about this and I got to talk about that. And it's got to be so structured. And I don't really talk like that anytime.
No. Yeah.
It's like I go back to that story. And I don't know if I've talked about it already, but I remember dealing with this one client and it was a referral. I think it was like my first big client, like way back when I started. I got them a rental in this beautiful house downtown Burlington, and then they wanted to buy a house. And I think he was the CEO of a company. And anyway, we would go out and see homes. And I remember getting off the phone with him one day and I was like, okie dokie, I'll talk to you later. And Paul turned to me and was like, why are you talking like that? And I'm like, talking like what? He's like, okie dokie. He's like, do you know that guy's like a CEO? And I'm like, like, and I was like, yeah, I do. And he's like, but why are you talking like that? And I said, because that's how I talk. And so I showed these people homes, and I think it was probably around New Year's Eve or Thanksgiving, and we put together this deal. And I had to have paperwork signed, and he was at an event that my friend's family was throwing. And so I went over there. And we sat down and we signed the paperwork, and we were leaving, and he turned to me and goes, okie dokie, Melissa, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And Paul looked at me and I was like, okie dokie, right?
Got the power.
It's just who I am. I don't think I really change who I am around people.
No.
But I think that a lot of people do. And it's okay if you do. That's just who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I just am who I am. Mm-hmm. And I try.
You just live more authentically when you do. Like, if you look on social media, any of our me on a video.
You're awesome. I was watching you this morning. I'd be honest. I was watching you this morning.
I don't. I'm not on social media because I'm all over social media. So, but like, you got to be authentic.
And you can make mistakes.
Yeah.
And if you make mistakes, it's better. Okay.
So we were doing our launch. I want to say it was the last launch of a year. So like December 1st, because we don't launch on the 15th. So it was December 1st, standing there, doing the spiel, talking about it because it's live. talking about the leggings, and I look down. I'm in the wrong
Oh my
leggings. I'm like, oh my God, like
Yep.
disaster, right? Yeah. So no, I didn't change in front of the camera, although that was probably a fear of everybody. But
No.
but yeah, right. Like that is real life that happens, and people connect with real.
Yeah.
Like
You want a robot? You want someone that's so perfect all the time? Like, then I think it's if you try to be more, it's probably not the grammar, but if you try to be perfect or a certain look or a certain way, then people can't really relate with you because you're not really being yourself.
yeah.
So for me, I think if you're more real and you're more honest and I see you upset or I see you crying and I see you happy and you're out there showing it, to me, that tickles my heart in a good way. I'm like, wow, this is a real person in real life doing real things. That person is like me. I have feelings. I am human. I have good times. I have bad times. I talk proper sometimes, and most of the time I don't, right? I swear a lot. Like, I really don't really give a fuck. I'm just like, this is who I am. But I think that if when I see that and talking about representation in social media and stuff like that is where I'm like, that's what I'm attracted to. Are those people.
And like She's Got Legs. Like we keep it real.
Well, think of that.
We are us. We are all different body shapes, sizes, ages.
Yeah.
You know, and our stylists do all their own, right? It's them.
How good is that for business, though?
Right? Like it's what keeps us real. It's what makes us who we are.
People can see themselves
it's
in
the
you.
heart of what we do. So I love being in a place that has that positivity, the inclusiveness, and having fun. I am very much a person about having fun.
I know you are. Halloween's coming up.
I know.
Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. So fun. What would you tell your younger self about that? Like about everything we've talked about?
Negativity, self-doubt.
It's going to happen.
It is. And I think that's a huge, like,
It's
especially, you know, you come out of grade school and other than like the name calling, but those things that happen in grade school,
Those are foundation.
They are. They stick with you for a long time.
It's like, where do these kids get it? Now I don't even know because I
think it's so much worse.
I was going to say, I don't have kids that age, right? So for me, I don't know. I don't know how it would be. I know my kids had trouble in school. They had a lot of trouble. Not in like that they were in trouble, but they had a lot of negativity towards them. It was hard. It was hard to see that. It was hard to see the tears. It was hard to feel that as a parent. It's hard to turn to them and say, well, it's not true. These people are just asses, but they're kids. Like, it's...
And I think every generation has that.
I just don't know how it would be today because I don't have littles, right?
Like social media and all that. Like, I think it just amplifies it all.
Yeah. It's too much in your face. Like, you go through social media and it's right there. And I don't know the age limits. Like for us, it wasn't like probably too young for some people, but my kids couldn't have a phone until they were 13, right? That was probably way young for people then. Now kids are like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old with the phone. So they're on Instagram. I don't know. Like they're a TikTok generation and I'm not a TikToker. Like I know nothing about TikTok, but
it impacts like,
sure it does,
you know,
and to have access to it. Like to have that access or to be with a friend that has the access, right? Because they're going to find it. Don't get me wrong. They'll find it at any age.
At any age.
So I don't know how it would be different. I think
that's where communication comes in.
Yep.
Like early on, you got to be chatting about stuff. I was very open with my kids.
Same with us.
About
we
stuff,
still are.
right? Like you got to talk through the hard stuff and remember sex ed. With my son, I can picture us sitting in the little eating area at Selby and him on the chair with his knees tucked up, like making himself as small as he can be, his baseball cap tucked down over his eyes, and I'm reading out of the sex education book, and I'm like, do we need to teach these kids this stuff? Like,
I didn't have a problem with that part. I didn't have a problem. It's funny. I didn't have a problem with that part. I've always told my kids sex is normal. Sexuality is normal. To feel those feelings is normal.
Yes.
I don't like, And oh my gosh,
And you
I
don't
have a
want
funny
them
story about that.
uneducated, right? You don't want them not to know things and find things out the wrong way. So, yes, there's.
I have a funny story about that. So you talk about saying the right things to your kids. I don't think anyone says the right or wrong things. I think you do what's best for your family, right?
Generally say the wrong things first.
Well, maybe, yes, you could. Maybe we could. But, I always say to myself, and I was taught, you do what's best for your family, right?
Yes.
So
you do.
if it means leaving a soother in the mouth till they're 5, that's what it is. If it means not, wearing a diaper till they're 5, whatever it is, it's what works for your family. So I remember this is when I was first in real estate, and I was sitting in the resource room, and there was another agent in there, and we had kids similar times. And she's like, oh, like, have you talked to Nathan yet about like private parts? And I'm like, oh yeah, like I just tell him this is your penis, or girls have vaginas. And she goes, you say those words? And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Like, that's what they are, right? Like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. She goes, yeah, I made that mistake. And I said, what happened? And she's like, well, she has 2 girls. I have 2 boys. So she's like, I told her to call, like, we call it her buddy, right? And I'm like, buddy? I'm like, buddy? Like, yeah, buddy. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever you want to call it. My grandma called it like a poopsie or a petunia or rosebud or something, whatever you want to call it. My friend's cat's name's Poopsie. My friend's cat, his name's Poopsie. And I'm like, oh my God. My grandma used to call my vagina Poopsie. And she looked at me and she's like, well, I told her to call her buddy. So she goes, my husband's friends were over and she's like, they're leaving. And she says, give your dad's buddy a hug. And she was like, oh, Mom, that's gross. Why would I hug your buddy? And I was like, that's why you call it a penis. And that's why you call it a vagina, right? Because there's nobody named penis or vagina that I know of, maybe today. But I was always.
Ours was Willie.
Willie, yeah.
Called it his penis, the Willie.
Yeah.
So the first time the kids met a Willie, it was interesting.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know. Like, you do what's best for your family in the moment. And
Yeah.
that's what was best for them. But for me, it was always like, no. Excuse me, I'm going to call it that. This is what it's going to be. I'm going to answer the questions about sex. Like, it's a natural thing. I think the scariest thing for me, though, was when my girlfriend, we're similar ages, and our kids are like 1 year apart. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, mine being the oldest and her being the youngest. And we were out and she's like, oh yeah, I got to go buy condoms today. And I'm like, for what? And she's like, to put in his nightstand. I go, for what? And she's like, so he has them. I'm like, why? And she goes, Melissa, you don't think so? And I'm like, now I'm thinking. I'm like, holy crap. And I was just, what?
Grade 8.
Yeah. Like, oh, mine was a little bit older than that. So I was a little bit late for that. But I was, oh my God, really?
I had a therapist tell me. She goes, do you want to be a
Yeah.
grandma? I'm like, no. She goes,
Yeah.
So we had a cookie jar down in the kid level.
Yeah.
And it was full of condoms.
Smart,
and I said,
right?
I don't know if you ever need it, if your friends ever need it, but it's
Yeah.
there.
Scary times. Like, different generations and
Yeah.
different ages for our kids have always been scary. But for me, it was that. Like, that to me, like, triggered, oh my God, my boys are men. Like, they're men.
They can
Like,
populate.
holy moly, what do I do? And I was like, girl, you're brave for going out and buying that stuff. Because and I looked at her and I was like, I never thought you were that kind of mom, but maybe I should be that kind of mom too. Because
Well, and I wouldn't have thought of it unless someone had said it to me. And I'm like,
crazy,
yeah,
but smart, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so what I tell my younger self about self-doubt, negativity, like we talked about, I would tell them the same thing. It's always going to be there. Don't be afraid of it. Maybe deal with it. Maybe, like, deal with it in a different manner than I had to deal with it, right? Or you, like, it will be there. Learn from it. Learn now from it. Because you have to realize it happens all the time. It's happened for generations. But it's how you deal with it, right? And it will happen for the rest of your life, right?
And don't carry it alone.
No, have people to talk to, and be
Especially
okay
if you're
to talk.
a young kid, right? Like if high school, there's a lot of negativity that they carry inside, and you got to let it out. It just festers inside.
And that's one thing we said is always be okay to talk with us. We'll never judge. We'll never question. We'll do 24-hour rule. Mom maybe do 25-minute rule, but
sometimes you have to. Sometimes something's up as a parent.
You always do.
And
I think you
have
always
to
do.
talk at them instead of with them because they're not open to it, and it's uncomfortable and it's tricky. And I remember being on a car ride and knowing something was up, like knowing something really serious was up. And like just talking. I think I talked for 3 hours straight until
You got something, that little bit.
and there were tears. And then that like was the crack open. Not that I was able to get in the door,
Yeah.
but I knew I was being heard and I knew it was sitting in there. And sometimes you just have to do that.
Yes, you do. But that's wonderful to be able to do that. A lot of people, like, I think our generation, maybe we were afraid to talk to our parents about stuff. I was afraid to talk to my parents. But my mom was pretty open. My mom was actually pretty open. My mom was more open than my dad. My mom was always like, if you need anything, come to talk to me. I wouldn't, though. But that's just the truth. I never talked to my mom because my mom was very judgmental about a lot of things. So for me, it was like, whatever. So I felt like I dealt with a lot of stuff by myself, but I didn't want that having my own kids. I wanted to be the person they spoke to. I wanted to be the person that could help them. I wanted them to feel comfortable enough at any situation to be able to come to me and say, hey, Mom, I don't feel good about this, or I need help with this, or can we do this, or this is what's gone on and I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, so for me, that has been our rule in our house, is that open, honest, we're here for you. Let's talk about it and we'll deal with it together as a family.
And how do you measure up when it comes to you?
Probably not the same. Not the same at all.
Not.
Like, maybe I should take my own advice, right? Do I feel comfortable enough to tell people things? Certain people, yes. Certain people, no. I'm very fortunate to have Paul. I feel like I tell Paul everything. He's my best friend. He is my go-to. When it comes to business, I talk to my dad a lot. I find comfort with my dad. I tell you a lot of stuff. I just feel not judged. Like, to me, that's the most important thing. Not being judged for what's gone on, right? And I think we judge ourselves a lot. We do that a lot. And you sit in that sometimes, I believe, and you're like, okay, I'm going to tell Donna this. What is she going to think? And I know deep down that you're never going to be like, oh, you like one way or another. So for me, I'm always comfortable to tell you because you've never ever made that judgment. I don't tell everybody everything. There's a couple girlfriends that I feel comfortable telling things to, but I don't feel.
Well, and the last thing you want to feel like is a whiner, right?
Yeah.
And I think we all have that about us. Like, I mean, there's some people that love being whiners.
Yes. I feel like sometimes I am, but then I'm like, no, you don't talk about it enough. Then I go into my own self, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell anybody. Mm-hmm. I need to deal with this myself.
I think we do that a lot.
And that I know I do. I know. When I get quiet.
I think it isn't, totally. Yeah. Right? You pull it in.
Yeah.
Pulling it in, shutting it down. And that's the danger time.
It's lots of danger. And you start thinking about it, and then you start second guessing yourself, and then you start, is this right? Is this wrong? What are people going to think? And then the self-doubt, the judgment comes in, and then it's like this one big
spiral.
Big circle, and you're like back to where you started, and you're like, oh, why didn't I just, tell someone? Or why didn't I just talk to someone? Or why don't I feel comfortable enough to talk to somebody? And you should, and that's where it's good, where if you can't talk to anybody, is that you have a professional, you have someone there, and it's okay. Like, I can say this, and I know Nathan would never be upset for me saying this. Nathan went through a really hard time when we lost my father-in-law, and he needed to see a doctor, and he asked for that. And I was like, what? I think he was just about to turn, why do I want to see 18? Like, just before he turned 18. So maybe like 6 months before. And he said, Mom, I want to go talk to someone. I'm like, really? And I was like, holy shit, I wish I was like that. Like, that's one thing with Nathan. There was this thing on Instagram today, and it's like, your child's sign, what does it mean? Or like something like that. Like how, and I read it, and it was Nathan and Lucas to a T. Like, so different ends of the spectrum in terms of how they react, who they are. Nathan, I always say, lives in a cloud. He is the happiest. He is outgoing. He doesn't worry. He's like stress-free. I wish I was like that, but I wish I was more brave like him. Like, when he asked for help, I was like so proud that maybe I raised that, right? Like, that's kind of what we taught him, and he felt comfortable enough to ask for help, and he went, and I was like, holy shit, good for you, kiddo. Like, good for you for asking. So yes, I can teach it, but I can't teach myself it, right?
Well, and I think, I mean, we grew up in a different generation,
Yeah.
right? So, but also we feel we have to be the mom, we have to be the wife,
Yeah.
we have to be the business owner, we have to make it look like we got
Yeah.
our shit together all the time.
All the
Got it
time.
going on.
Yeah.
And that we are unbreakable. And
Yeah.
I think that's total fallacy. We
It is.
are, human. We have limits. We have emotions. We fail, and we're okay to be, we should feel it's
Yeah.
okay to fail.
Yes.
And it's okay to not be there for everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And, to be able to shut down and
Mm-hmm.
just block everything out instead of being something for everyone.
Yeah. That's where those boundaries come in,
It
right?
is, yeah.
And
And
those-
it's important to have that network around you that you can talk to somebody
Yeah.
else with. Because when you share that load, it gets lighter. Other people are helping you, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you're right. You are. And I think you have to have those core people in your life that you feel comfortable enough. There's
Yeah.
another woman that I tell a lot of things to, and I met her when I was working out, and she was a trainer, and we've just had this constant connection. And I remember we were going through a really hard time, and similar to her, and we were able to talk to each other about it, and it was like we felt comfortable enough to share that, and it felt good to have someone to talk to, right? Because when you hold it in, it's horrible
Yeah.
feeling, and you just
It
eats
is.
away at you, and then you get
It
sick,
does.
and then
It
it's
brings
like,
you your darkest days.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to have someone to hold your hand or to snuggle with or
Yeah.
to
just listen.
write in the journal and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like there are so many ways to get through some of those darkest days.
There are. That's why I have you.
Well, and that is the collection of jewels
Yeah.
that you build your friendships with.
Yep. You're right.
Because they'll bring that sparkle when your days are gray.
Yeah. It's hard though. It's hard to be
It
human.
is.
It's hard to be human. It's hard to be, if from my perspective, a woman. It's hard to be a mother. It's hard to be a business owner. It's hard to have all those things going for you and still feel like you need to be put together. And that's where that being authentic and genuine, and it's okay. Today I'm not going to work, or guess what? Yeah, I took a Tuesday off, or I took a Friday off, or you know what? I'm not going to work this week, or whatever it is. It's okay, because that's normal. It's not normal to keep going. It's not normal
It's
to
not
put
normal to not be able to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It's not normal to not brush your teeth every day
Yeah.
and be able to put on and shower and
No.
those are moments where okay, you need some help.
And once again, that's where social media has been great. I think the mental health,
Yes,
awareness
talking about it.
all the time for
Yeah.
men and for women,
Yes.
both sexes
Because
or
I don't
whatever.
think
No,
men talk about it near as much
no,
as
they
women.
don't. They don't. They don't.
And
My husband doesn't. I'll be honest
they
with
have
you.
to struggle
Yeah.
the same.
They just keep it all in.
Yeah.
I know my husband does. He keeps it all in, and then it's like, but that's the one thing that I think we've done really good over the last years. We've opened communication lines. Even though we've been together forever, I'm just like, this is how I'm feeling, and I want you to explain how you're feeling. It may not be what you want to hear, but I need to tell you how I'm feeling so I don't keep it in and then blow up and go like mad.
Well, and we do process differently. Like Sean and I process very differently. And it drives me nuts sometimes, right? When I'm trying to share my emotions and he's just like, okay, and then what? And then what? It's
Yeah.
like, no, I need to sit in this and I need to percolate.
Yeah.
And I need to
Yeah.
be sad and I need to cry.
Yeah,
and I
let
need
me
to-
have the emotion.
Yeah, right? And he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not ready to go yet. Like, I need to be in this sadness and
Yeah.
feel it and work through it. And so, yeah, sometimes that's a little challenging trying to
Yeah.
to
But that's why you're so good for each other, is because you're so different, like in that respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel like with Paul and I. Like, I know that I said to him, like the other day, I was upset about something. I said, I just need to tell you something. And he goes, what? I go, I don't need your opinion. I don't need you to give me a
Just
fucking
listen.
answer back.
Yes.
I don't need you to
Don't
say,
fix
well,
it.
yeah, like none of it. I just need to tell you how I felt in that moment. And I told him, and then he started saying something. I'm like,
nope.
shut up. Like, do not say anything. I don't need your fucking opinion. I just need you to know how I'm feeling so I don't sit in it for too long and I don't go crazy. Like, I need to tell you, because if I don't tell you, I'm just going to get mad and more mad and more mad and more mad.
Yeah.
But if I tell you now and I go through the motions and then you give me like a few hours, I'll be good. Just give me the time.
Yeah.
And so I've learned to say that to him. And I've been better, I say, in the last year to 2 years and say, hey, just let me tell you this. I need to tell you how I'm feeling. Because if I don't, it's not going to be pretty in like a day from now.
Especially as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You're both entrepreneurs. You know, times don't, it's not 9 to 5. It's
No.
24/7.
No.
You know, ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to do
Crying
that.
out loud, we had date night Friday night at the arena setting up jerseys. I'm like, what are we doing for dinner? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's go have a quick dinner and then let's go set up the jerseys. And literally, that's what we did. And that's the only time we really had together this week was like 3 hours on a Friday night. It's important though to take that
It
time, and
is,
it's important to say things to one another. And I still haven't really learned that fully, but I've learned that to do that more.
I find when it gets too much, I will write it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm a writer. Like
Ooh.
I've always processed
Like
emotions.
a brain dump for
Yeah,
emotions.
it's that's how I'm much better with writing than with speaking. So I can articulate and then I can get it down. And if it's something I need to say and I'm
Pass a note.
struggling, yeah, like pass the notes in class.
Here you go.
But you know, not doing those things kills that relationship.
It does. I think it's made us stronger the last little bit. You say that you write notes. That's smart.
It's like journaling. Right?
It is.
Basically.
I've sent it in text messages. I don't know if it's the same context, but I'm like, let me just tell you this. But I can see how that helps. For me, I do brain dumps all the time for work because if I don't write my work down, okay, yeah, I know you and your computer and your schedule. That's like your Bible. But for me, it's like I need it handwritten. I can't have it in my phone. I need to write things down. I need to be able to cross them off. I need to be able to use multiple colors and make it fancy and pretty and all that sort of stuff. So I do that, but I need to do it more. And I've learned that.
One of the best little tricks that I did was, you know, those happy jars that you have?
Yep.
So when the kids were little,
Yeah, I remember.
they made me a happy jar and I loved it. Like I loved it. And I still have it somewhere. It's packed in a box still. But it's something that I did probably 6 years ago. I put it on my phone and it's Donna's happy jar and it's by year.
Oh, wow.
And every now and again, I'll go through and I'll think about the month or the week or whatever, and I'll put down these things that made me happy.
Oh, that's smart.
Like it could just be a road trip with Sean, or like sitting on the beach with my mom at the cottage, or you know the
That's
gala
a great idea.
that we put
Yeah.
on, and then I have 6, 7, 8 years now of these happy jars on my phone that I can go, and it's like a memory.
That's wonderful.
And I'm like, I love this.
Yeah,
So
you should
that's-
like make little books like that. You can. That's another idea, but you can make like the happy book and happy. What a good
The
idea!
Happy jar.
Yeah,
My happy jar.
that's smart. I like that idea.
Because you know, I mean, you're always on your phone. It's the middle of the night. You're thinking, oh yeah, remember that? I should put that in my happy jar.
But
And then you can.
we don't do that
trying.
enough,
We
right?
don't.
Like we just are in the moment as
Yeah.
people, as mothers, as entrepreneurs, as wives.
Or
You're
sometimes
in the
you
moment.
get stuck on the negative,
Yeah.
right? And this is
Yeah,
the
that's a
balance.
great idea.
Bring in the positive. Let's focus on those positives and finish on a positive.
That's a great idea. I love it.
So, yeah, happy jars.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put it on my phone today. I think that's very smart.
Pink hearts.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. That's a great idea. Someone else I
Wasn't
heard
my
that-
idea.
I
It
know,
was
but I
someone
heard that.
else's.
But I heard that somewhere, and they're like, even if it's just like I like the color of my nails, or
Yeah.
that made me happy today, or I was able to sleep in an extra 15 minutes. That is still a positive, happy moment, right? And
Went
we
for a
don't.
walk,
Yeah,
sat down by the water, drank my coffee.
we don't do that enough. We don't dwell on the happy moments. We always dwell on the negativity,
Yeah.
the self-doubt, the things that make us sad, the mad moment, the what is this person doing moment, what's this person said, but it's never like, let's just really look at how many happy moments happen in our day. Smart. I like it. I'm going to put it in my phone today. Put it in my phone today. Thank you.
I'm going to say, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, you got to make a chubby woman your wife. Okay.
That's
I think
great.
that was great. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
so much, because it's a tough topic,
So tough.
right? And it just, you don't want to bring in, there's like so many things that you get through.
So I started following some people on Instagram. You got to tell me who to follow on Instagram, but I also have to tell you something about Instagram. I started following a lot of like like body positive people.
Yep.
And I started following a lot of female entrepreneurs. And then I started following a lot of people that you follow through She's Got Legs and kind of mixed them. I also went through our Facebook page and invited my friends to our Facebook page. So right now I think we have like 30 people following us on Facebook, which is great. So you have to do that on your side. But if there's anybody you think that we should follow and talk to or to just start putting feelers out for,
Yeah.
let me know. There's a young woman, her name is Erin something, just so you know, I'll tell you right now. And she said to me, I'd love to be on your podcast. So she messaged us and asked to be on the podcast.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I we can talk about it and we can reach out to her.
As we learn.
Yeah, I said to her, we're just learning. We're just
Yeah.
like starting to record. And I was like, cool. She's in Toronto. She says, I like what you do. And there's another woman that messaged us today and was like, oh, I like what you guys are doing. I like your name and that sort of stuff. And she's also body positive. So
It's that collectiveness
Yeah.
that just, you know, it's okay.
so,
It's
and
totally okay.
I wish we had it when we were younger,
Right.
though. I wish I had that representation when I was like going through all those thoughts when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, like as you're becoming a young woman, like an
Can you
adult.
imagine if we influence everyone to become chubby?
I mean, that would be great. That would be great. I just want to tell people, just be yourself, right?
Exactly.
And not
It
give a
is.
shit about what
Because
other
I
people.
know there's tons of, like, you know, skinny people.
Yeah.
I think of my Aunt Joy, who is like this. And
Yeah.
she is always like, she has so many issues trying to find clothes that fit her because she's
She's
so
skinny.
tiny.
Do you follow the Birds Papaya, Sarah Landry?
Yeah.
Like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's the first person I started following that talked about like just body positivity, right? Having
and the journey
yeah,
with mental health
Yeah.
around it.
yeah. And then she started, and then Alicia McCarville, who I love her
She's
to
hilarious.
death. She's the best.
She just clapped back on some people.
I love it. And I love that she does that,
I
right?
know.
She's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's talk about these people. And then there's this other guy, if you ever, I started following, I think it's like, I'm 6'7". He's,
and he's trying to find tall people.
he's just talking about like how people talk shit about women at different sizes. And there was like a woman dancing and she's like, first of all, I wish I had an ass like that, but she was like dancing and she's like full figure and she was like dancing this reggae. And he's like, and what do you got to say about that? He's like, look at her shake. Like, he talks about all,
Yeah.
like,
when you see women shine
Yeah.
in their body,
Yeah.
and I bought a bikini last year because of
shut
so
the
many
front door, girl.
so many
Good for you.
influencers that were out there in like,
Woo!
and I'm like, okay, so it's only for me,
Good
and
for
I
you.
wear when no one's around.
Good for you.
But I did it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I am not
You're right.
waiting.
Right. And that's like, I love social media for that because I feel I get braver because of people like that, because of people like you. And starting the podcast and talking about this stuff, I think I have probably felt the most comfortable in my own skin since you and I have been talking about this
Yes,
in the last
I
3 months or
agree.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel as confident as myself. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck it. Like, really,
Yeah.
fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
honestly and truly, because
So
this is,
tired of the bullshit
Yeah.
around feeling bad around
yeah,
it.
that's good for you. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're so brave.
And yet, like 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago, living in self-doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not in a good headspace about this, but I'm going to do it anyways.
I'm like,
just
what
gonna
was that?
keep
You're
going.
fit. Never mind. I'm
Nope.
just gonna live in your
Yep.
energy, Melissa.
Yep, I am.
No.
Yeah.
And I went to Pennington's the other day. I actually filmed a reel and I haven't posted it yet, but I bought 3 blazers, like these black blazers I was wearing. So I bought like one size 24, and then I was like, because I'm 24, right? Like, my tits are like 35 or something like that, and blazer size, I don't know. And I bought the 24 and I was like, oh, doesn't really fit. And I'm like, that's kind of shitty. Like, that's, ugh. Anyway, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to order a 26 and a 28. And I ordered both of them. And I'm like, because I can return the ones that don't feel comfortable. So I put on the 26 and I'm like, oh, I like this. And I put on the 28 and I'm like, nah, feels more like winter jacket, a little too big. And then I tried them all on and I'm like, want to make the reel where it's like, just wear what makes you feel comfortable. And I've really
Yes.
come into that the
Don't look
last
at
little
the
while. Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
When we do our sizing,
Yeah.
we're generous in our sizing because I don't want anybody to feel bad when
Right.
I put something on. Right? And
It's
'cause
crazy.
it's the worst feeling.
It is the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling thinking that you're one size, then you put it on, you're like, well, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like 5 sizes too small for me. Like, when did I grow an extra 3 inches in
Yeah.
my boobies or something like that? But yeah, no, and that's I went even to Pennington's the weekend and I returned 2 of them and I walked in and I was like, oh, you have some really nice sweaters on sale there. And I was like, returns justifiably a shopping spree, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. So I bought like
Girl
a couple.
math.
I didn't even like question it. I said to the lady, I want a 3X on the top, and she's like, okay. And she goes, what color? And I'm like, one of everything if it fits. And I was like, I bought 3 of the same shirts in 3 different colors. And I was like, I
Don't
didn't
you
really
love
care.
that when
Yeah.
you find the thing that fits, and you're like, yes, I need all of them.
Oh my God. It's such a great feeling.
I did that with a pair of shoes.
I can't
They
find shoes. I
are
got
my
such big
platform
feet.
shoes. I can't think of the name, but they're a floral sneaker.
You were wearing them in the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed them
And
in the
I
video.
love them. And I have another pair on standby
Yeah.
for when these are like too dirty and whatever.
Yeah.
So, and they,
It's like when I was buying shoes.
Sean's like, why do you have 2 the same? I'm like,
Because.
back up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I was like, yeah.
You always need
They're
it.
going to stop making them.
I love high heels. I used to wear high heels all the time when I started real estate. And then when I did my rebrand, like when I was doing my branding, I was like, oh, they said you need high heels. You can't always wear flats. And I'm like, okay, fitting into a box that maybe I don't fit in. So I love Jimmy Choo, and I know Jimmy Choo fits my feet because they're the only like luxury brand that makes like a 43. And so when I want like a nice pair of heels or a nice pair of flats or maybe like expensive pair of running shoes, I will buy Jimmy Choo. And it's the one treat I treat myself. Like they're expensive and I have probably like 4 or 5 pairs of them, but man, oh man, I'm like, that expensive shoe fits my foot. I'm so excited. But then the other day I was like, I'm having trouble finding flats in my size. Like I'm like between like 11 and a half and 12. I got big feet. And then I saw that like Alicia McCarville was posting about this place called maybe Wider, WYDER. I don't know because they're in the States and I don't know about the exchange and the tariffs and stuff like that. But then someone else posted a Canadian brand recently and I was like, oh, I'm going to check them out. So I remember Naturalizer. You know Naturalizer?
Yeah.
That's where I got these from. Naturalizer. They have a size 12 and they go up to size 13. And I was like, oh my God. And I went on there and I was like, I'm going to buy them.
I'll sometimes wear a men's loafer
Oh, that's smart.
because it's a wider
Yeah.
base. And, you know, if you're a 9, then you're a 7. They're off by 2
I love
sizes.
heels. I never wear them. I just like having them.
I'm not.
I just like, they're there when I want to wear
Give me
them.
my cons.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, but
I'm
that's
all about the
comfortable,
cons.
right?
Yep.
But I like flats. And to find like for
I
me.
wore cons with my wedding dress.
Did you really?
Pink Converse. high
Shut the
tops.
front door.
Yep.
Really? That's awesome. I didn't know that. What did I wear? Nothing. Off-white something heels. And then I took them off because I'd rather wear no shoes. That's how I've always been. But for me, no, it's hard. I've always been like worried about looking a certain way. And I went to a networking, well, wasn't a networking event, but it was like, a woman invited me to her backyard, like event.
Yeah,
It was
still
networking, right? And she's like, come, Melissa. I'm like, oh, thank you so much for inviting me. Like, I felt really special. And I was so worried about what I was going to wear. So worried. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, oh, I hate this shit. Yeah. I'm like, I hate this. And I had bought this really like simple, I think it's linen pant set and top from Pennington's. And I bought it because Alicia McCarville was wearing it. And I think I had 2 colors. She had it in the rust and she had it in this beautiful green. I love those colors, but I'm still not that brave. And I went and bought it in black. I bought it for when Paul and I went to Montreal. And then I'm like, I'm going to wear that because we're going to be outside on the summer night. And I was so worried about wearing it, right? This lady comes up to me. She goes, oh my God, I love your outfit. And I'm like, really? She goes, you look so good in that. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, thank you. I was like so shocked. And I was like,
it's important to compliment people.
yeah. At
When
any
you see
size,
something
right?
that you like, their hair,
Yeah.
their outfit, the handbag, the way
And
that
people
they're
look
walking.
good at any size,
Yeah,
right?
any
Like,
age,
and
and
everyone
yes.
deserves a compliment,
Yes.
and everyone deserves that they look pretty or look handsome or whatever they are. That looks good on them. Their hair color looks good on them, or their shoes, or whatever it is. We don't do that enough to people. We always think that people have to be
Cheers
a certain
to being
size.
good to others.
Always, always, always. You have to. Thank you for joining us today at the Nucking Futz podcast.
If you like this podcast, please share by liking and subscribing. Feel free to leave any comments and reach us at hello@thenuckingfuts.com.
Just a reminder, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. If you are struggling, know that you are not alone. Please reach out for professional help.
You can join our newsletter at thenuckingfuts.com to follow our journey. Looking for Donna at work? You can find her great leggings and leisure wear as well at She's Got Legs.
Looking for me, Melissa Hall? You can reach me at Brag About It Jewelry or I am Melissa Hall for real estate.